Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today it's Midweek Magic. We did sealed last time, it was okay. We're gonna get a second shot at it. Thankfully we get this one for free. It's Lord of the Rings Phantom Sealed. Um so for those who want to try out sealed without investing in it, this is probably the only chance you're gonna get. So we'll pretty much go over what we look for in sealed and just proceed from that one and kind of wonder why there is a huge delay in that one. That did not make sense. Anyway, first let's start with the good. Gandalf the Wife is very good. Actually, we'll go with that one. Sharky is not good at all. This is this is pretty much constructed for something else. Moria Marauder is, if we have a lot of goblins and orcs, we can kind of go with this one. So it'll be a shame we'll be passing on this one. Doors of Durin is kind of okay. The caveat is that green is not such a great color from what I've heard. Lobella Sackville Baggins is kind of good. Storm of Saruman is actually pretty good, though the argument here is that you have to be second spelling. Anyway, we'll take a look and see what we can work with this one. It's nice to get excited over the rares, and it's nice to see if we can make it work. But then we have to see, what do we have to actually make things work? Well, first things off, white is looking quite good. Actually, we'll start with land, see if we got anything special. We have one Shire Terrace. We're pretty much always going to run that. Okay, one reason not to run it is if we are only going one color. That usually does not happen. Now, let's take a look at our multicolored cards. Gandalf's Sanction is quite okay. You do need to be playing the spells deck, so that's a caveat. The Rise of the Witch King is kind of good. We kind of, if we want to be in the sacrifice deck, that also works. Legolas Counter of Kills is fine. Let's take a look at our. We're gonna put the Wizard's Rockets in here for the time being, but no guarantees that we're actually gonna run it. Now let's go over our individual colors here. So this one's pretty much a test. We're gonna see what cards are the one we really want. Lost to Legend is actually quite good here as removal. We just have to accept the caveat that we need to be paying double white. Reprieve is nice. If we're able to take advantage of the tempo, this would actually put us in kind of aggro colors. So red-white usually. Nimble Hobbit. It's a payoff for food, but it doesn't produce food. Sheriff. I just realized that its spelling is more archaic. Anyway, the Shire Sheriff requires us to have tokens, preferably food, but it could be anything. It does give us an exile effect, so this is kind of nice. Took Reapers, okay. East Farding Farmer is fine. This is kind of like a small time payoff. Fog of the Barrow Downs, it's serviceable. This one is more for red-white. Yeah, so I'm just going through the cards a bit quickly. But basically, we're trying to look through different effects here. This one is also good for red-white. It's a bit of a human team deck. We went through Gandalf, that's quite good. Stalwarts is okay, if not awfully expensive. Tale of Tinuviel. Target creature control gains indestructible. Okay, it's not. Target creature card from graveyard to battlefield. Okay, so this is kind of late game. Let's keep that considered. And Eagles of the North is a nice late game effect. It also has plane cycling, so we kind of get away with it. 3 copies might be way too much though. White is fine. Blue is kind of the more exciting one because we do have cards that we can play with, excluding Sharky. That said, we kind of want to look for effects that help us cast our second spell, so we're looking at our cheap cards. Stern Scolding is kind of reactive. Council's Deliberation is okay if we go green-blue. Glorious Gale is will kind of work here actually. There are going to be lots of creatures in sealed. Peligris Survivor, cast an instant or sorcery. That's fine. Blue is kind of fine here, I would say. It's not that exciting. It doesn't look exciting though. Though Treason of Isengard getting to buy back a spell would be quite nice. Also has a Mass Orcs too. Isolations. So blue looks like a solid support color. We will have we will have the knights if for a draw two effects. We have a little bit of scry, but it's not too exciting as a scry effect. Let's take a look at black. We're really on the lookout for kill effects here. We do get 3 copies of Nazgûl, which is kind of nice if we're going to go for the temp deck. However, I've noticed that we have zero. The closest thing to removal spell we have is She Loves Ambush, so kind of concerning. We do have a bit of a mass, Mordor Muster, March of for the Black Gate, Dunlance Crabane, so that one kind of works. Also, one nice Swamp Cycling card. I'm actually starting to think that green black might be the way to go. Yeah, this actually is a really okay. So 4A of Orcs is pretty much our good removal spell, but another we might have to play black red splashing something. We might just have to go hard Orcs. Well, we do have hard tokens too, but it's pretty much going to be a spell style deck here. Okay, now the reason for this is we're missing a lot of the key removal spells. We missed a lot of the removal spells in black and a lot in the red. Barely any in blue, so we might be forced to run blue just to have them in the first place. Two removal spells in green, but we kind of want to have large creatures to go with it, and honestly speaking, even then, our large creatures are not that great either. So as far as this pack goes, it's this sealed pool it's horrible to say the least. So let's see how we can make this one work. Let's go for the relatively exciting one. Let's go for as much amass as possible. We kind of want to have some tempt effects, so we're definitely slamming all the Nazgûl. We'll definitely run some of these for as our extra lands. We'll have to run the Trebuchet as a way to get extra effects. Rise of the Witch King will be a great fit here, so we're kind of looking... But we kind of want to splash this. Probably run the Ambush. Probably, maybe run the Haunt, but we barely have any... We're not going to have that many legendaries, though. We might have to run this. Casting the Fire is one of our few removal spells, so we might have to run that too. Ologhai Crusher gives us some beef. Relentless Rohirrim gives us some tempt effects. We don't really need to tempt that much. I might run the Doors of Durin here because we are going to kind of splash for these 2 green cards. I could even... how many instants and sorceries do we have? 6. So we have some, but not that many. Maybe... Definitely don't want to run the Axe. Quarrels and... Yeah. Do I just want more beef? I could see an excuse for running 1 4-drop. Probably just get 1 tempt effect. And we have to run this because it's removal, even as bad as it is. So this gives us... We can get away with 2... We can get away with literally just 1 forest here. Is there any good... Honestly, nothing really good in green that I want to run. So I'm gonna go down to... Hold on, we don't even have the forest cycler, so we can't shave off too many forests. We'll keep it to 2. Yeah, we're mostly black anyway, so in fact we can actually go 10-7-2 this way off this single Shire Terrace. Have Wizard's Rockets as a backup plan. We're making the most out of this, but it's admittedly not that great. So Doors of Durin, whenever you attack, we do have a good number of creatures. 13 is not the most, but it's still fine. So we'll see if this pans out. Anyway, it's sealed, so if we whiff on this, we whiff on it. It is what it is. We can't always get them all. Okay, so we got a good play here. I could just pitch this, but we don't need the land. If we don't need the land, we might as well just run it. Yeah, we definitely don't need the land at this point, so we're gonna just hold on to this. So turn 2 Vanguard, turn 3 Nazgûl. Hopefully draw into something else later. Also kind of curious why... I bet our opponent just drew this swamp because the normal plan is to just play this on 1. We drew that. Or the more likely one is they drew this first, they played this late. They probably had the counter spell for 1 blue mana, so actually that means Nazgûl might not land. If our opponent swings, I will block. Do I block or do I just take the hit? Because I can hit back for 2. I'll just take the hit. Because if they have another effect, like say a bounce, deceive, mass orcs 1, that's actually nice. So they do get to kill this one for free, but we do get an orc back, so it's not too bad. We'll play Nazgûl. Probably make the Nazgûl a ring bearer. Yeah, it beefs it up a little bit. When it goes inherited envelope, going for the mana. We'll definitely block with the token. Next turn we can just go Trebuchet Haunt. So I want to have another bounce effect. Tap target creature. Okay, they're just gonna hit us. Yeah, sure. They hit us for 1. It's free. That's what it is. So we did get a Mordor Muster, which is also okay, but we will go for Trebuchet into Haunt. So we actually want to hit another land at this point. Doors of Durin. It's nice, but it's awfully sketch. I'm actually going to put it in the bottom. Watch me draw the forest after this. Opponent might block our token with the Dead Marsh, which makes sense because it will prevent further damage. Next turn we muster, then see what else we hit. Oh, this is legendary, but we are able to block. Arwen's Gift, scry 2, draw 2 cards. Opponent really into the drawing, but not exactly doing much. That means they're probably drawing into something really big. That's usually the strat. Shellop's Ambush. More Nazgûl. One definitely has an effect. Yeah, they're gonna go Skirn's Scolding. They finally use it up. That's fine. Well, they could buy this back, but they probably want to play something. Okay. Interesting, but opponent really loves their card draw. So they are playing into something really big. We definitely want to play into the troll if we can. If our opponent's plan is to just keep gaining life, sure. We did hit our 6, so we'll swing with everything again. We do have to be... Okay, opponent's actually taking. So I'm actually not going... So I'm actually not going to... So I'm actually not going to play this one out, because this is super fishy. Opponent played in 6 mana. That's it. Birthday. Okay, that's your second card, so this will become a 4/4. Won't stop me from swinging with everything, though. Opponent could crack this for more life, I guess. Yeah, maybe... Yeah, also have to remember that you can only have one ring bearer, so if our opponent's plan was to draw and discard, they should have kept it there. Definitely swinging with everything. We're the aggro deck. If our opponent just blocks Nazgûl, that's fine. Okay, they're definitely blocking the orb. I have Death Touch anyway. And instead of playing this, I could actually just no, there's no sorcery restriction here, so I could actually just play that instead. So we're gonna keep holding back on the troll. As long as our opponent has demonstrated that we need to kill, we need to play something big. Sure. Draw a card, put one in the bottom because they just lost their legendary creature. Somehow doing reasonably well, all things considered. Took Reaper for more tempting, sure. Into a Blade. They can not equip it yet. Might as well. Yeah, that's a good one to scry to the bottom. Could they use more? So definitely now playing this. And swinging with Nazgûl. It will probably trade with Errant. This is fine. Hold on a second. Hello? Sige. Okay. Opponent finally gets to replay their Haunt. So they get a free scry. They technically have another. They can technically scry and draw it. Just by. Nope, they're just. Well, they can also draw it that way too. So the good news is we can actually. Our opponent is going to take 6. Yeah, they have no way of blocking this. And they probably want to block the Nazgûl too, so let's keep that in mind. I can see an argument for just swinging with Haunt. If our opponent swings with that, I will just block with Haunt and just replay it back. Opponent should not attack. Yeah. Now, yeah, opponent cannot block this. They need more creatures. They can block Nazgûl. They can also block this, and I'm very fine with that. Yeah, we managed to just deal a lot of damage. Opponent is unlikely to draw enough creatures to save their life. Hold on a second. Hello? Uh, uh, what? Oh. Okay. Okay, I just need to print out something as well. So, but I'm gonna be doing it while I'm doing that. That shouldn't be much of a problem. Our opponent's gonna probably concede soon. If they have an answer for Lash, they will give up one creature in the process. But oh, they spent the full mana. We can still swing with both. And I still have a second one. Also, we do have Lovella coming up soon. Oh no, they're actually swinging? I think our opponent is kind of conceded at this point. Yeah, this looks like a concession. Opponent can play it back, but it enters the battlefield tapped. Yeah, that's it. So stand by. I'm gonna check this file out. Yeah, just need to print this one. 2 copies should be fine. Anyway, well, so that's our first game in. We actually did pretty well, but only because our opponent made the fundamental mistake of playing so many cards that buy a lot of time, but you need to buy into something good. The cards that they played into, not that great, if I may say so myself. Anyway, so let's claim that one. And this one definitely looks better. So we print this out. Let's claim this one too. Nice Sigarda. So, and then we'll start up our next game. So give me a sec. You're also gonna be hearing some loud printer noises. That's kind of the nature of it. But we're gonna get our game going, and we should print 2 copies. Oh wait, I should set this to the right size. Yeah, that's it already. Let's hope that the printer doesn't just eat up the. Okay, we can kind of keep this one. We're just needing one more mana. The Doors is admittedly kind of a standby card. So now we just need to scry into more combat tricks or our green mana source. Nazgûl's perfect here. Opponent probably lost Isle Calling. Nice rare, just doesn't really do much. Right, opponent also not really doing much at all. Hold on. So opponent probably has a counter spell. I'm just gonna play Rally. Let's get the aggro going because I have nothing better to do. If our opponent plays something big, Nazgûl can just create tempt some. Oh, opponent really not doing anything. We'll play the Relentless Rohirrim. Opponent's gonna. Ayun, itong dalawa. If our opponent has a big counter spell, this is the time they fire it. Glorious Gale. It's not a legendary, so no free ring temp. But we still get quite a bit of damage in. I'm not really sitting back, eh? Yeah, we'll play the Dunlan Crevane. And opponent conceded because now that was such a weird keep in our opponent's case. Our opponent seems to be playing a scry deck, so that seems to be the plan. It just seems like they did not draw into any of the cards that they needed. It does show the kind of fiddly, slow nature of green for this particular set. There are plenty of good green cards that are very aggro early. This one's probably from a different set, different time. Let's see if we can get our last win for the day. See how things are going. Wizards Rockets 1, probably into a Nazgûl. This is kind of fine, but we could lose this one if we don't hit early aggro or... Like, the plan I could see is like play Mordor or Nazgûl. Though this one we need a good permanent in our graveyard. If we can hit any of our trolls, that would be perfect. We can get it back cheaply that way. Yes, it is. It's not quite happening. So, as much as we'd like to fire this off, we do need it for green mana here. Opponent going for the muster. It's actually good. Okay, we got double Nazgûl. Not bad. Yeah, we'll probably go Nazgûl into Nazgûl. If our opponent, especially if our opponent amasses this guy even more. As it is, we're probably just taking damage and eating a burn removal spell. Errand Rider. Nice card draw. Now I can see an argument for just taking the damage here, but what we can do is play out one of our other cards. Well, we drew all our Nazgûl, so we can Nazgûl into Nazgûl into Nazgûl. But we probably will use the first Nazgûl to trade. Oh, that's such a very painful one. If we're gonna get through this one, we will need to punch through all of these. Good news is our opponent is willing to punch one of these out, so we'll go for that. We need a way to get rid of the token though. Charteris kinda helps. A bit late game, but it's still better than nothing. So the catch now is that we need to clear our opponent's side of the board as much as possible so that when we fire off Rise of the Witch King, we force them to sacrifice. Now that said, becomes the target of a spell, so if our opponent has spells of their own, they could phase this out. So this is an up. Oh, this is actually quite nice. Well, first we're going to take our beats in the sky though. I'm gonna swing first, see if our opponent is willing to trade their token. So we get to draw and discard. You can discard the Trebuchet actually. Our opponent give up the Nazgûl. Give up the Orc token. Come on, block. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Do they have a combat trick to buff it? That would be annoying. Well, it has Death Touch, so it will have to be a first strike trick. Now let's see if our opponent does have a spell that they can cast on their king. No, they don't, and they concede. Ah, that's nice. We got them to concede that way. So, King of the... So there are some ways out. It's admittedly super hard, so we have to thank our opponent for actually crafting the scenario for us. If our opponent did not block with the token, and they honestly did not have to, we would not have been able to play that. We would have had to play more creatures. It would have been a larger slugfest. So let's claim our reward here. I think we'll do one more game. Let's see what we get. Sam's Desperate Rescue. Are we that desperate? Actually, no. I would say that we actually did quite well in this one, all things considered. Yeah, the previous pack was compared to the last sealed pool. The last sealed pool is admittedly more powerful, but we're actually still able to do well. Then again, Nazgûl is kind of cool. So we're gonna keep this one. We do have a 5-drop to run into, so we might actually just Swamp Cycle to go and hit that. When it's gonna draw a card, it's a Reaper. Sure. I can see arguments for not, but yeah, I guess we can cycle this one. It's not the worst plan. We do have. It does improve our draws in the future, and we do have a second one anyway, so it's not a big loss. So next turn we're probably playing Dunland Crebain. It's also a bit awkward that we kind of want to hold. It's kind of awkward that we really want to hold back Lobelia for as long as possible. And this is from an opponent's graveyard, from the looks, and that was put there from the battlefield. So specific. If our opponent attacks with Took Reaper, I'm probably just gonna block with Dunland Crebain. Now the caveat is we're gonna make their nimble. Okay, opponent did not. We have to play the Nazgûl. Oh, we can actually make this our Ring Bearer. Just swing in the air for now. Next turn we get to do it again, so we can actually start looting. Protector of Gondor. I think our opponent is just gonna flood the board a bit here. They will net themselves a Ring Bearer. It will probably be Nimble. If they swing with that one, we can still block it. So, right? I don't think our opponent realizes that's not how the Ring Bearer works. Oh, we don't get to Lobelia, so there's our caveat there. I guess we play another one. Yes, same Ring Bearer. So we could easily put it here to force a trade, but we already played that out. So draw into rockets. I'm actually gonna pitch the rockets. We could have easily played this to have more blockers, but opponent goes Elven Chorus. Ooh, that's nice. They have quite a bit of mana. Though Aragorn Company Leader, not. Opponent's very willing to throw away creatures. I guess we still attack with this one first. Relentless Rohirrim. I think I probably... Yeah, we don't have a board position where we can deal combat damage to the player, so we're gonna pitch that. And I probably will play the War Beast first. Next turn, I will play Rohirrim into Rally. Though there is a world where we have to double check what's Aragorn do. Ooh, nice. They have R1 too, so it's indestructible. Remove to make something else indestructible, then it becomes a 3/3. Okay, so Aragorn R1 combo is nice. Opponent goes into Samhart, though they get the ring temp, but not much else. So our opponent is giving this first strike. Giving her first strike. So now we are at the... So that's a horrible sequence we have to worry about. So first off, we can't block this one. Opponent's gonna draw a discard but get not much out of it. Nice to force them to discard that. Opponent can pay to tap something, but it's kind of meaningless here. Yeah, problem is we have no outs for any of these. Also slightly awkward that these both have first strike, but the ring has another effect. Blocks by a creature, that creature's controller is sacrificed. So opponent probably does not want to block with two creatures. So we're actually gonna see if we can bait our opponent into it. We're going to swing with these two. We unfortunately had to play this first, so Lobelia is actually not getting any screen time again. Again, the two rares we're playing are not... We kind of have to rely on everything but our rares. We probably don't need another land. I want to see if our opponent takes the bait and double blocks. They should be aware of what the ring does. Okay, they're not that aware. So they can make it have lifelink. So it's a 4. So they gain some life back, but we do finally get rid. Yeah, they did make it lose it, so that's fine. Let's just play the Easterling Vanguard. So this one now just has first strike lifelink. The first strike is annoying, admittedly. Opponent can pay to tap something down. So the plan is to pretty much probably just take the damage from this. Yeah, tap that. That's sure that's fine. So we'll chump block. We will take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I don't want to block Tooth Reaper. Opponent is gonna... Yeah, our lack of removal is gonna become a problem here though. With Spider, legendary. So, but now we need to make a setup where we do trade for one of their creatures. Technically, I could have swung with this one, but trading it for their spider is horrible. Also, we're lucky that they're not getting creatures off the top of their library. Yeah. So, but they probably will be able to... We'll probably chump block with a token. Our opponent's going to try to win by beating us over with this one. Although... we're kind of giving up the tokens for this, but hey, we did manage to take out the ring bearer, so all is well. Now we just need. Okay, so if I swing at this one, it just gets eaten by this. Yeah, none of these are good situations here. And our opponent is eventually going to draw into more creatures, so that's going to be a big headache. Thankfully, they're not. They can still cast off the top, but thankfully they're breaking, but eventually that break is going to stop. Our opponent can easily just swing with this one, then we will have to... I'm actually going to now swing with this one. Yeah, but we need to start drawing into more cards. Our opponent probably just blocks with the spider, but it gets rid of that threat once and for all. Should have swung with this also. That was kind of a waste. But we do get the 5/5 to go with it as well. Samwise. If I swung with this, opponent blocks with 4/5. Ooh, okay. Now this is a pain. Okay, opponent's gonna. Huh? For some reason, I was wondering why I left that blocker behind. But I still don't have any decent removal here. Yeah, can't cast that. We can swing at this one, but it just gets eaten by this. But it does get to eat 2 other cards. The caveat is that our opponent will get another ring tempt again. Yeah, we're gonna actually concede this one because we know we don't have the needed way to win this one. We really don't have the removal at all. That's the annoying part. We'll go for one more game of this. It's not that bad, I would say. It's just our resources are kind of limited. We did survive the power couple that is Aragorn and Arwen. Well, for the most part, but eventually Aragorn prevailed. I can say that with the right combo of rares, you are going to win really handily. But even without the right set of rares, you can do just fine. Okay, so definitely keeping this one. We're definitely gonna swamp cycle this because we had a turn 4 play, but now we're kind of drawing heavily into land. It's Arwen again. Is this the same opponent? Depending with our against their choice of first strike or vigilance. See if our opponent swings. Yeah, we're just gonna flash Lobelia in. Okay, free block, not that bad. It does tell us that Foray of Orcs. So the spell is the one dealing the damage. So and we definitely want to hit Rise. So you can't play Foray right away. I am tempted to swing with this one just to snipe one of these two. But I'll do it on the defense instead. We'll definitely use Shard Terrace to grab our green source. Vector of Condor. Okay, so that fan got even harder. Good news is our foray can kill their Protector of Gondor. Opponent does not have the mana. Lash of the Balrog, sacrifice to destroy. Sure. Okay, giving it itself. So it's planning to swing with both. Sorry, Eowyn. Oh, it's so tempting. Yeah, we're gonna foray first. No, I kind of want to swing with this one just to get the train going. Yeah, it makes sense. I kind of want to swing with this. So we just need a setup where, yeah, interestingly, if we do Rise of the Witch King, we can Rise Lobelia and then exile Arwen. Unfortunately, opponent has even more creatures now, so that's going to be a bit harder to do. Anyway, we're on the trading game now. Now our opponent could, yeah, make another target creature gain indestructible. Blocking indestructible. Yeah, that's a bit awkward. But it will get rid of that counter, so yeah, let's just play all our Nazgûl out. In fact, I'm tempted to just put it here so I can draw and discard this. Okay, but they did get the double one, so yeah, let's force our... Oh my gosh, I actually forgot I had Mordor Trebuchet. We're still pitching the swamp. Opponent probably just singled... No, opponent's just taking it. Opponent did not want to give up the indestructible. Fair game, fair game. Opponent going to claim the precious. We'll take one, sure. We'll play Mordor Trebuchet next. Basically, I'm trying to set up a situation where I definitely want to swing with both of these though. Draw. I have to discard this one. Like, it's tempting, but our opponent has a creature that's untapped. Now the opponent can give up the... No, opponent could just give that... Oh, they're not giving it up. They're really stubborn about this. Yeah, let's just make 2 tokens. Ooh, opponent has all the birds. This is probably the best common that black has. And they have Frodo too? What the heck? Like, this is so unexciting. Well, technically we can... Hold on. let's play this now. Even if we lose, because the thing is, our plan is to get back the 6-5, and just run it from there. That's pretty much our only way out at this point. Opponent sacrifices their token too. I want to play the big one. We could also just replay the Nazgûl to give us a small creature, but actually that might not be so bad. I'm really double thinking this, but we will play Nazgûl. We'll put in the token. I have to keep the troll. Yeah, we'll pitch the Rohirrim. So if our opponents say blocks with Frodo, oh, they're just gonna take it. That's fine. Now we're in this. Opponent does need another black mana to. Well, they got the other black mana now. We're still gonna be taking quite a bit of damage in the air. Opponent is kind of, though. Actually, we are just gonna keep healing. So we need to actually hold on to lands now because we definitely have something to pitch. So our scry is actually important here because let's see. Yeah, I'm actually gonna swing with both of these. So draw a card and discard it. So we want to set it up. Okay, so none of these are creatures. Decline. We get to draw and discard, which is fine. Opponent probably blocks with the Dunland Trebane at this point. So let's double check. It becomes whenever this combat damage to a player. One is going for the second spell, but they don't have a second spell. So definitely want to attack with both of these guys now. We need to start pushing now. So wow. Okay, I guess we're scrying both to the bottom and gonna try to reveal what the top is. Oh, it's another Nazgûl! Yeah, it doesn't matter which one it is, all three will be blocked, but hey, that's a lot of triggers! Opponent now has to block all of them. They might still have a combat trick though. Do they have combat? Wow, we got the full ring temp. And next combat. So we'll just play troll. Yeah, finally the doors are doing something. When it goes for Voracious Fell Beast, sacrifice a creature. Let's see, we can take. Yeah, sure. Let's go Mordor Muster. Opponent's not gonna be able to block the. Opponent's not gonna be able to block everything, so let's spread that bottom. Oh wait, we do have a Ring Bearer, so yeah, but we have cards to pitch. Yeah, reveal. Discard. It's a shame we paid the red, but hey, it's fine. That does it. Nazgûl rides into victory. Not the Riders of Rohan. I'll take the win. I'll take it though. I'll take it. That's quite fine, if I may say so myself. Heck, at least now we know why Nazgûl is such a very expensive well, typically, why it's such a very expensive uncommon. The effects are pretty good in the multiples that it presents. I just worry that there are 9 different arts for Nazgûl. What do you think are the chances that they'll let you have all 9 different Nazgûl have different arts? That would be so annoying to do in Arena. Yeah, opponent can't block. As soon as our opponent has to block this, they're dead. Actually, no. The extra creature is enough to kill them too. And yeah, that's it. I was gonna be so annoyed at Arwen, but yeah, it turns out that this time Arwen did not ride to victory. We thankfully did not get too focused on trying to use the sacrifice effect of Rise of the Witch King to get Arwen down. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications, and whatnot. Do let us know, how do you feel about Lord of the Rings? At least from a limited point of view. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.